In a world with no police, no prisons, no judges, no lawyers, no written laws. Now imagine someone steals your food, the food your family needs to survive the winter. Or worse, someone murders a member of your tribe. Who decides what happens next? Who delivers justice? And what if the accused is your own brother? Long before kingdoms, courts, and modern governments existed, ancient humans had to invent their own systems of justice. Their punishments could be surprisingly fair, unbelievably cruel, or terrifyingly creative. Some criminals were forced into exile, where death was almost guaranteed. Others paid with livestock, precious tools, or years of labor. And for the worst crimes, execution could come in dozens of horrifying forms. But here's the strange part. Many ancient punishments weren't actually about revenge. They were about survival. Because in prehistoric societies, a single criminal could destroy an entire tribe. So today, we're traveling thousands of years into the past to uncover how ancient humans dealt with thieves, murderers, liars, traitors, and rule breakers, and why their harsh justice may have been the only thing keeping humanity alive. Let's begin. Part 1. Before laws existed. The first humans didn't have legal books. There were no courtrooms carved from stone, no police officers patrolling villages. For over 95% of human history, people lived in tiny groups. Some tribes had only 20 or 30 members. Others numbered 100. Everyone knew everyone else. You hunted together, shared food together, raised children together, and depended on one another every single day. In these communities, trust wasn't just important, it was life itself. Imagine spending days hunting a massive animal. Everyone risks their lives. Then, one person secretly steals most of the meat while everyone sleeps. The next week, children begin starving. Suddenly, theft isn't just stealing, it's threatening the survival of the entire tribe. Ancient humans quickly realized something essential. If harmful behavior went unpunished, everyone suffered. That's why even the earliest human communities developed rules. Not written rules, spoken traditions, shared expectations. If you hunt, you share. If you lie, people won't trust you. If you kill without reason, there will be consequences. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer societies believe these traditions resemble many of humanity's earliest legal systems. They weren't perfect, but they worked surprisingly well. Part 2. Who decided guilt? Without judges. Who decided whether someone was guilty? The answer depended on the culture. Often, elders held the greatest authority. These were the oldest members of the group. They remembered traditions, they settled disputes, and they carried enormous respect. Sometimes, the entire tribe gathered together. Everyone listened. Witnesses spoke. Families argued. The accused defended themselves. Then, the group reached a decision. In many societies, justice wasn't about one powerful ruler making the choice. It was communal. Everyone had a voice because everyone's survival was at stake. Of course, this also meant emotions could influence decisions. If a popular hunter committed a crime, would people protect him? If an outsider was accused, would they receive a fair hearing? Probably not always. Justice could be deeply personal. 3. The crime of theft today. Shoplifting might result in a fine. Thousands of years ago, stealing could become a death sentence. Why? Because resources were limited. Food wasn't stocked on supermarket shelves. Every spear, every knife, every animal skin represented hours or days of dangerous work. Stealing one tool could prevent another hunter from feeding his family. Taking someone's stored grain might condemn children to starvation. That's why theft was considered one of the most serious offenses in many ancient communities. Punishments varied. The thief might return double what was stolen, sometimes triple. If they couldn't repay, they might work for the victim or lose valuable possessions. Repeated thieves often faced much harsher penalties. Eventually, trust disappeared, and without trust, life inside the tribe became impossible. Part 4. Public shame. One punishment appears again and again throughout history: humiliation. Ancient people understood something psychologists still know today: humans hate embarrassment. Many early societies punished criminals publicly, not by hurting them, but by making everyone witness their wrongdoing. The guilty person might stand before the tribe while elders described the offense. Neighbors expressed disappointment. Victims spoke openly. Children watched. The goal wasn't entertainment, it was education. Everyone learned what happened when rules were broken. Shame became a warning. And because ancient communities were so small, a damaged reputation could last a lifetime. Part 5. Compensation instead of revenge. Not every punishment involved violence. In fact, many ancient societies preferred compensation. Instead of asking, "How should we hurt the criminal?" they asked, "How do we repair the damage?" If someone destroyed another person's property, they replaced it. If livestock was stolen, they returned animals plus additional compensation. Some cultures created detailed payment systems. Different injuries required different amounts of compensation. A broken arm, lost teeth, permanent disability, each had a value. This may sound strange today, but it often prevented endless cycles of revenge. Instead of families killing one another for generations, they settled disputes peacefully. For small communities, that mattered. Blood revenge. Unfortunately, peace wasn't always possible. If someone murdered a family member, many ancient cultures expected revenge. This became known as blood vengeance. One family killed another, then the victim's relatives struck back. Then retaliation continued, again and again, sometimes lasting generations. Entire clans became trapped in endless violence. This created enormous instability. Over time, many societies tried replacing revenge with compensation, but not everyone accepted it. Some believed only blood could repay blood. Part 7. Exile, a punishment worse than death. Imagine waking up one morning. Your tribe hands you a small bag. They take your weapons, your food, your shelter. Then they tell you, "Leave, never come back." This punishment was exile, and for many ancient humans, it was almost certainly fatal. A lone person rarely survived for long. Wild animals, harsh weather, starvation, hostile neighboring tribes. Without your community, your chances were incredibly small. That's why exile became one of history's most feared punishments. It avoided direct killing, yet often achieved the same result. Part 8. Execution. Some crimes were simply considered unforgivable: intentional murder, repeated betrayal, treason, witchcraft accusations in some cultures, or endangering the entire community. Punishments differed across civilizations. Execution methods included stoning, burning, beheading, strangulation, or being thrown from cliffs. These punishments reflected cultural beliefs as much as justice. Some executions were public, others were private. The message remained clear: certain actions threatened everyone and could not be tolerated. 9. Trial by ordeal. What happened when nobody knew the truth? Ancient people often turned to the supernatural. This led to something called trial by ordeal. The accused might carry burning metal, walk through fire, place a hand into boiling water, or survive another dangerous test. If they recovered quickly, the gods had declared them innocent. If not, they were guilty. To modernize, this seems absurd, but ancient people genuinely believed divine powers would protect the innocent. Their faith shaped their justice. Part 10. Oaths and honor. Before written contracts, a person's word mattered enormously. Breaking an oath could destroy someone's reputation forever. Many cultures swore promises before ancestors, spirits, or gods. Lying wasn't merely dishonest, it was spiritually dangerous. People feared supernatural punishment, even if no human discovered the truth. honor became one of society's strongest forms of law enforcement. Part 11. Children and Punishment. Ancient communities often treated children differently from adults. Young offenders were usually corrected, not permanently punished. Parents, grandparents, or tribal elders taught lessons through discipline and storytelling. The goal wasn't simply punishment. It was preparing children to become trustworthy adults. After all, every child represented the future survival of the group. 12. The rise of written laws. Everything changed when humans built cities. Thousands became tens of thousands. Strangers lived beside strangers. Suddenly, personal reputation wasn't enough. Written laws emerged. Rules became permanent. Punishments became standardized. Perhaps the most famous example is the Code of Hammurabi. Instead of relying only on memory, the law was carved into stone. Everyone could see it. Justice became predictable, at least in theory. Part 13. Why ancient punishments were so harsh. Modern people often wonder, were ancient humans simply cruel? Not necessarily. Life itself was brutal. A single theft could mean starvation. A murderer removed a valuable hunter. A liar could send people into deadly danger. Harsh punishments created fear. Fear discouraged dangerous behavior. From today's perspective, some punishments seem unbelievably extreme, but ancient people judged actions by one standard. Did this protect the community? If yes, it was justified. Part 14. What archaeologists have learned. Archaeologists rarely discover written court records from prehistoric tribes. Instead, they study skeletons, burial sites, ancient settlements, weapons, and cultural traditions preserved in later societies. Some skeletons show injuries healed over many years, evidence that disabled people were cared for. Others reveal violent deaths, mass graves, or signs of execution. Combined with anthropology, these discoveries paint an increasingly detailed picture of ancient justice. Not perfect, but remarkably sophisticated. 15. The surprising truth. Perhaps the biggest surprise is this. Ancient justice wasn't always about punishment. It was about keeping the group together. Most disputes ended through negotiation, compensation, apologies, reconciliation. Execution was often the last resort. Because every adult mattered, every hunter counted, every skilled craftsperson was valuable. Killing someone, even a criminal, meant losing a member of the community. Ancient humans understood something we sometimes forget. The strongest societies aren't built only on punishment, they're built on cooperation. Conclusion. When we picture ancient humans, it's easy to imagine constant violence, savage tribes, endless revenge, brutal executions. But reality was far more complicated. Long before written law, people created systems of justice. Some were harsh, some surprisingly compassionate. Many were astonishingly practical, because survival demanded order. Without rules, communities collapsed. Without trust, families starved. Without justice, human civilization might never have existed. Every courtroom, every police officer, every written law today can trace its origins back to those small fires where ancient people gathered to settle disputes thousands of years ago. Their methods weren't perfect, neither are ours, but both share the same goal: to answer one timeless question. What should happen when someone breaks the rules that hold society together? And perhaps that question has never truly changed. If you enjoyed this journey into humanity's distant past, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more fascinating stories about the lives, mysteries, and forgotten worlds of ancient humans. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.